I may be in the minority here, but hear me out for a second. Now, by no means will I sit up here and say this is going to work, but the Cowboys hiring Brian Schottenheimer as their next head coach may not be that bad. Now, for starters, his track record is disgusting. In the process Jerry Jones went through to only promote Schottenheimer was beyond bad as well. I mean, Jerry was indecisive on extending McCarthy. He ended up firing McCarthy, but he didn't fire him in time to potentially interview better candidates such as Aaron Glenn or Ben Johnson. And he ended up interviewing Kellen Moore, who he fired, Leslie Frazier, and some other coordinators that had no shot at getting this job. And of course, we can't forget about the Dion buzz. But there's a reason why the Cowboys passed up on Schottenheimer instead of hiring anybody else from the outside. It's because their franchise quarterback, Dak Prescott, believes in him, and I completely understand why. During the 2023 season, the Cowboys parted ways with Kellen Moore and bumped up Brian Schottenheimer from offensive analyst to the offensive coordinator role. Now, of course, Mike McCarthy called the plays, so on and so forth. But with Brian Schottenheimer as the team's OC, Dak Prescott arguably had one of his, if not the best season of his career. I mean, the guy threw for over 4,500 yards passing, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. The Cowboys were one of the best offenses in football. And CeeDee Lamb had a career year as well. Now, you definitely can argue a point that the offense did take a step back this past season, but that's more so on the blame of Jerry Jones, in my opinion, right? He did nothing to bolster his roster from an offensive standpoint. And granted, they still may not have the funds to really upgrade this roster offensively while they're currently sitting 27th in cap, while also having to potentially extend Micah Parsons this offseason. But who knows, right? I just find it a bit intriguing that Dak Prescott has pretty much signed off on this hire, and who knows what could happen, right? Especially with the potential pairing of a Matt Eberflus for DC. So I'm giving Brian Schottenheimer the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise.